Okay, we're going to have to shift focus. Even though those are hectic developments coming in from Bihar, we're taking you down south to Kerala, to the Alappuzha court, where the court has handed a death sentence to 15 PFI activists. These are activists that were linked to the PFI SDPI. And they've been handed this death sentence in connection with the murdering of the RSS activist Ranjith Sreenivasan. We'll bring you more context on all of these developments, but this is an incident that took place on December 2021. Now, we'll bring you more details about the sentencing itself and under which sections they've been charged. But it is important to point out for you a little bit more in terms of the context of the case. The murder of this person took place on December 19, 2021 in front of his mother, his wife and his daughter. According to the charge sheet, Srinivasan was murdered in retaliation to the murder of the SDPI State Secretary K.S. Shan. Now we're going to go over to our colleague Neetu to understand more. Neetu, bring us more context on all of these developments, please, because I believe that this was a hefty case with about 1,000 documents being produced in proof. Just bring us more context, please, first.
See, this Ranjith Sreenivasan murder, it was a case that has shocked the state because it was a twin murder which had happened in Alappuzha district at that time. A PFI worker, a state leader, was hacked to death, and within 24 hours, this BJP leader was hacked to death. So that is something which had, last week, the court had found all the accused guilty, and now death sentence has been given to all accused in this case. It was a case where all 15 accused in this case. It was a case where not just those who took part in the crime or those who shielded them were found guilty. The conspirators were also found guilty of all the charges, and the conspirators are also among those who have been given this death sentence by the court today.
Okay, I just want to tell our audiences the BJP leader's murder occurred just hours after the SDPI leader K.S. Shan was killed. This is what you were referring to earlier, Neetu. I do want to ask you, in a number of articles and media outlets, he's also referred to as the BJP OBC Morcha State Secretary, apart from being the RSS activist. Can you confirm that for us?
Yes, that is correct. Because he was a state leader of the OBC Morcha, and the attack was also very brutal. He was hacked to death in front of his family while he was at his residence in the early morning in Alappuzha district.
Okay, Neetu, thank you for bringing us that context. Vivek Narayan, our managing editor from the south, is with us right now to bring us more context. So we just got details of the case from our colleague Neetu. The fact that this murder occurred just hours after the SDPI leader K.S. Shan was killed by a gang just a few nights before. I just want to ask you, sir, though, for our audiences tuning in from across the country, can you tell our audiences why these two stories that took place right after the other, and why this sentencing now, why it is so impactful, why it mattered so much, and the initial impact the story itself had in Kerala?
Well, it was a knee-jerk reaction immediately after murder of a PFI activist. It was quite clear, even the convicts at that point said that they just wanted to attack some RSS activists, anybody. We just wanted revenge is what they said, and that's how Ranjit was targeted. He was a known BJP RSS worker. As you said, he was office bearer of the BJP OBC Morcha. He ran a small shop in Alappuzha township, and that's where it was surrounded by 15 to 20 men, and he was shot with axes and swords and killed. This was in December 2012. Well, all the convicts last week were found guilty, and the quantum of punishment was to be pronounced today by the Mavelikkara court. And the Mavelikkara Additional Sessions Court today gave death penalty to all the 15 convicts, and all 15 convicts, interestingly, are members of PFI, and they have said that they have been associated with PFI, and not just PFI actually, they were also part of the political wing of PFI, the SDPI, which technically is not banned as of now. So first 8 of the accused were directly involved in the murder, which means that they are the one who made those brutal attacks in front of Ranjit's mother, wife and daughter. So they were the first ones to be punished, and then of course they went on and found the others also involved in criminal conspiracy, on hatching plans, wrongful restraint and other things. So this is a massive judgment by the Mavelikkara court in Alappuzha case, and this is something which will reverberate in the months to come. Obviously there will be some political implications also of this incident.
Okay, sir, two follow-up questions for you. I just want to ask you, number one, can you tell us what is the defense that the 15 men put forward, especially keeping in mind the brutal nature of this? What was the defense? What did it look like in court? Can you tell us? And can you also tell us, sir, what were the original political ripples when this incident first took place?
Well, this was immediately, it is after these incidences that the SDPI-PFI was, not SDPI-PFI was banned across the country, and most of these people and those associated were arrested. This was one of the incidents, the others being ones in coastal Karnataka, in Mangalore and other places, which also similar incidents happened where RSS BJP workers were targeted and killed by PFI people. So, in this particular case, to answer your first question, they pleaded that they were not involved in the incident, and some of them said that they are not involved with PFI. Well, the court put them under psychological test also, and it is post that test that they were deemed to be mentally fit, so that they cannot plead that they are mentally unstable. The prosecution in the case is that Ranjith, who was at that point the state secretary of BJP's OBC Morcha and a lawyer, was brutally hacked to death by the accused, all the 15 accused at his residence in Alappuzha municipality. They barged into his house in the morning of December 19, 2021. That's about 3 years back. And Ranjith's killing was regarded as a retaliatory act, as you said, in the murder of the SDPI state secretary case Shan, which happened at Manacheri, not very far away. So this, as of now, PFI, SDPI, people close to those organizations, SDPI are telling us that this will be challenged. They are drawing parallels to other cases where not enough evidence was given by
Can I just ask you to stay with us, please? We'll just come back to you in a second. I believe we have voices joining us from political parties now and other outfits. Vinod Bansal is with us from the VHP. I'll go over to him to understand more of his first reaction. Sir, a brutal killing that took place when it did a few years ago. Now the court pronouncing this strict sentence. Sir, can you tell our audiences what your first reaction is and what the VHP's first reaction is to these developments?
Actually, this is the victory of the law, and this is the victory of the law of the land as well as the judiciary. The thing is that the way the brutal murders are being done by these communist and the anti-social elements of the RSS Karyakartas and Hindu youths, it is very heinous actually. देखिए कि जिस तरह से कोर्ट ने जो निर्णय दिया है वो एक तरह से वहाँ की स्थानीय सरकार और पुलिस प्रशासन के ऊपर एक गहरा तमाचा है। किस तरह से बेसिकली ये जो उनको कम्युनिस्टों को और ये जो एंटी सोशल एलिमेंट्स हैं उनको बढ़ावा दे रहे थे और लगातार उनको बचाने की कोशिश की जा रही थी। देता हूँ न्यायालय को, न्यायतंत्र को, जिन्होंने इस बारे में एक समय पर एक निर्णय दिया। हमें आशा है कि जो विक्टिम परिवार हैं उनको डेफिनेटली इससे थोड़ा राहत मिली होगी। और साथ साथ ये भी है कि ऐसे आगे इस तरह के लोगों पर अंकुश लगाया जा सकेगा। सरकार को भी इस बारे में कठोर कदम उठाने चाहिए। जिस तरह से हिंदू द्रोही जो माइंडसेट के साथ में कुछ पॉलिटिकल पार्टी काम करती हैं उन पर एक गहरा अंकुश लगाने की आवश्यकता है। कोर्ट के निर्णय ने इस बात को एक बार पुनः प्रूव कर दिया है कि किस तरह से जो राष्ट्रवादी शक्तियां हैं या जो हिंदू जो एक्टिविस्ट हैं उनके ऊपर प्रहार लगातार किए जा रहे थे, ये इसको एक बार इंडिकेट करता है। मुझे लगता है कि अब ये जो है सरकारों को अपने अंतर्मन में झांकना चाहिए और हिंदू समाज के ऊपर जो लगातार आघात कर रहे हैं, हमारे धर्म स्थलों को और हमारे मान्यता के केंद्रों को जिस तरह से ये रेगुलरली अटैक कर रहे हैं, that must stop now.
Okay. Vinod Bansal, thank you for joining us. So, Vinod Bansal from the VHP saying that he hopes that the state government takes note of what the court has said, saying that a spate of incidents like this taking place against those who follow the RSS, the VHP across the country, he hopes they decline in number after what the court has just said. We're going to play out for you more reactions coming in. These are reactions coming in from Kerala. My colleague Neetu will be translating. Take a look.
സത്യസന്ധമായ കാര്യങ്ങൾ അന്വേഷിച്ച് കോടതിയിൽ എത്തിച്ച ഒരു ടീമുണ്ട്. ഡിവൈഎസ്പി ജയരാജ് സാറും അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ടീം, അദ്ദേഹത്തിനുള്ള നന്ദി അറിയിക്കുകയാണ്. അതോടൊപ്പം തന്നെ പ്രോസിക്യൂട്ടറിന്റെ കാര്യം പ്രത്യേകിച്ച് പറയേണ്ട ആവശ്യമില്ല. ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഒരു ഭാഗം തന്നെയാണ് പ്രോസിക്യൂട്ടർ.
The team led by DYSP Jayarajan, who has inquired, and also the prosecutor.
അദ്ദേഹത്തിന്റെ ടീം വളരെ നന്നായി പ്രവർത്തിച്ചതുകൊണ്ടാണ് ഇത്രയും വേഗത്തിൽ തന്നെ ഈ കാര്യങ്ങൾ കോടതിയിൽ സത്യസന്ധമായ കാര്യങ്ങൾ കോടതി എത്തിച്ചത്.
Their team worked very well. Jayraj sir's team, they worked very well and truthfully. That is why we got justice.
അത് അത്യപൂർവമായ കേസ് തന്നെയാണിത്. ഒരു വീട്ടിൽ കയറിയും ഒരാളും ഇത്ര ഒരു ഇത് ചെയ്തിട്ടില്ല. ഒരു കൊലപാതകം എന്ന് ഇതിന് എഴുതി തള്ളാൻ പറ്റില്ല. സാധാരണ ഒരു കൊലപാതകത്തിന് കൂടുതൽ പെടില്ല ഇത്. അത്ര ബായ്ക്കരി പോലും ഇടാൻ പറ്റാത്ത രീതിയിലാണ് എൻ്റെ ഏട്ടനെ അവർ കാണിച്ചു വെച്ചത്. അത് കണ്ടത് ഞാനും അമ്മയും അനിയനും എൻ്റെ മക്കളുമാണ്.
It was a very, very cruel murder, rarest of the rare. You come into a house and hacking him like that in a way we couldn't even see, and we had to see this in front of our eyes.
അത് അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കോടതിയിൽ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്യാൻ പ്രോസിക്യൂട്ടർക്ക് സാധിച്ചു. പ്രോസിക്യൂട്ടറോടും അവരോടുള്ള നന്ദിയൊന്നും പറഞ്ഞു തീരില്ല.
ഈ കേസിന്റെ മുന്നോട്ട് പോക്കിലാണ് ഒരു ഹിറ്റ് ലിസ്റ്റ് ഒക്കെ തയ്യാറാക്കി ഇത്തരത്തിൽ ആ കാര്യങ്ങളൊക്കെ പുറത്തേക്ക് വന്നത്.
അതെ, ഹിറ്റ് ലിസ്റ്റ് തയ്യാറാക്കിയിട്ടുണ്ടായിരുന്നു. അതിന്റെ തെളിവെല്ലാം കോടതിയിൽ കൊടുത്തിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതനുസരിച്ച് തന്നെയാണ് കോടതി എല്ലാ കാര്യങ്ങളും വിശദമായി പരിശോധിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ടെന്ന് തന്നെയാണ് ഇതിൽ നിന്ന് വ്യക്തമാകുന്നത്.
ഇതിൽ ഏറ്റവും മറ്റു പ്രധാനപ്പെട്ട പ്രത്യേകത ഇതിന്റെ കോൺസ്പിറസി ആംഗിൾ കൃത്യമായി പ്രൂവ് ചെയ്യാൻ പ്രോസിക്യൂഷൻ കഴിഞ്ഞു എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. കോൺസ്പിറസിയിൽ പങ്കെടുത്തവർ കൂടി വധശിക്ഷ താങ്കൾ അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ് കൂടിയാണല്ലോ. എങ്ങനെയാണ് ഇതേക്കുറിച്ച് താങ്കൾ?
ഇതിൽ സത്യത്തിൽ ഞാൻ ഇതിന്റെ അഡ്വക്കേറ്റ് എന്ന നിലയിലല്ല നിൽക്കുന്നത്. രഞ്ജിത് ശ്രീനിവാസിന്റെ ഭാര്യ എന്ന നിലയിലാണ്. ആ ഒരു വൈകാരികമായ ഇത് മാത്രമേ എനിക്ക് ഇതിൽ കാണാൻ പറ്റുള്ളൂ. വിശദമായ കാര്യങ്ങളെല്ലാം പ്രോസിക്യൂട്ടർ പറയും. നിയമത്തിന്റെ ഇതിലേക്ക് ഞാൻ കിടക്കുന്നില്ല. എന്തായാലും കോടതിയിൽ അത് നന്നായിട്ട് അത് പ്രോസിക്യൂട്ടർ പ്രസന്റ് ചെയ്തു. അതുപോലെ തന്നെ കോടതി
Prosecutor has presented this very well.